Hi guys, it's Sophia, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 15 TV shows that I have watched this year. And these TV shows haven't necessarily aired this year, I've just watched them this year. And I'm talking about this school year, not 2016, because I count things as school years because I'm in school. I know it's weird, but that's how my year revolves. I say last year, but I mean like 2 years ago, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm thinking about like last school year. Life is gonna be tough for me when I grow up. I just wanted to share with you guys what I've been loving lately and what I've been going back to consistently because I have finished all of these TV shows. I'm currently up to date with all of them. And I do go back to a lot of these TV shows multiple times. Maybe next year I'll do like a what I've been watching this season in TV, you know? We'll see. It's a list from 1 to 15. I'm gonna start up at 15 and make my way down to 1. I'm gonna put a little short description along with the TV show's ranking. I'm not just gonna be like 15. This, and then go on 14, this. That's the gist of that. Because I'm trying to sell you on these TV shows, guys. I'm trying to sell you. Because they are my life. They're my life. So here we go. So coming in at number 15 is American Horror Story. I love all of the seasons of American Horror Story. Season number 1 is my favorite season because it's just incredible. American Horror Story overall is amazing and I love it. They kind of lost me at season 4 for a little bit, so I put off watching season 5 for a really long time, and then I watched it and Ryan Murphy won me back. It's amazing. Basically, American Horror Story is about supernatural fears mixed with everyday life, and they kind of combine the past and the present, and it's a different story each time. So the first season is called Murder House, the second season is called Asylum, the third is Coven, the fourth is Freak Show, and the fifth is Hotel. And they all revolve around these main characters who are going through and dealing with the supernatural. They might themselves be supernatural in some season, but it's used with the same actors who are playing different characters, and I think that's incredibly creative of Ryan Murphy to do because he loved his cast so much that he wanted them to keep coming back, but he couldn't continue on with the stories that he was going through, so he just, you know, placed the cast into different roles and put them in a different season and a different era, and I think that that's amazing. I'm super excited for season 6. Basically, I've been seeing so many teasers for season 6 and I'm dying. It reminds me of Miss Peregrine. Like, there's this house with smoke coming out of it, and I want to know! I want to know so bad. My number 14 is Scrubs. I really love Scrubs. It's a comedy show about these doctors in a hospital. They're not doctors at first, so these doctors join this hospital named Sacred Heart, and they go through their training to become attending physicians, and it's a comedy and they get up to hijinks, and these characters are really upbeat and they're so friendly, and I love this story and the friendship between the main character JD and his best friend Turk. Their friendship is friendship goals. There's nothing really that I can say. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. It's basically just a hospital dramedy? Hospital dramedy. Is that even a thing? I really love Scrubs and I would highly recommend that you guys watch it. For number 13, I have Bob's Burgers. It's so funny. It's a comedy, it's a cartoon, and this family is amazing. Their hijinks are amazing. Basically, it's about a family that owns their own burger shop, and they have 3 children, and they're all really quirky and awkward. It's daily life basically for them, and they just get up to a lot of hijinks, and I think it's a really funny TV show. I love Bob's Burgers. They're a family that is really different, but at the same time they're similar and they're friends with each other, and as somebody who doesn't have a family like that, it's really weird and kind of nice to see a family that's so like so different, but at the same time can get along really well, and they still have the core beliefs that they have. My number 12 TV show is 30 Rock. It's basically a show written by Tina Fey, and she stars in it, and it's so funny. She is a quirky, like, realistic person who is running this TV show. She has to write for a TV show on NBC's 30 Rock, and she basically has to deal with so many insane people. The cast of her show is incredibly demanding of her. She basically has to just keep this comedy, this sitcom alive so that she can have a show and have a job, and that's basically the gist of 30 Rock. There's a lot more that goes on, but it's a comedy. Number 11 is Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and this would be lower down on the list, but I have a lot more TV shows that I have so much emotional connection to, and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend I don't have a super emotional connection to. It is incredibly funny. It's a comedy about a girl who had a New York job at a law firm, and she was unhappy, and then she reconnected one day on the street with this boy that she used to date in summer camp, and he told her how much he loved his hometown, West Covina, and he was moving back there, and she said, you know what, I'm so unhappy, and she was kind of obsessed with this person, and so she quit her job and moved to West Covina, California for this boy. Number 10 is New Girl, and I love New Girl. I had to put it in my top 10 out of the 15 because New Girl is freaking amazing. It's so funny. I've had to wait for this whole season this year, and it's been killing me. And waiting for the next season is killing me because so much goes down this season. Oh! It's a comedy about a girl named Jess who is a school teacher, and she moves in after breaking up with her boyfriend. She moves into this loft, and originally it has, I think, 3 occupants, but then 4, and she kind of just has to deal with all of their problems and their messiness, and they have to deal with living with a girl for the first time, and it's just they become such close friends, and it's a great TV show to watch. It's really heartwarming and hilarious. I find myself laughing out loud all the time watching New Girl. For my number 9, I just recently binge watched this, so it's fresh in my mind. I watched Stranger Things, and Stranger Things is incredible. I love aliens. It's about aliens, guys. It's basically these people go missing, and Winona Ryder is in it. Oh shit, I love Winona Ryder so much. She is the bomb. I love her. Stranger Things is basically about people trying to solve the mystery of why these people have gone missing and how these people have gone missing, and they find this girl who has these special, incredible abilities, and they have to keep her safe and protect her. And that's basically all I can say without, giving too much away. But it's basically a sci-fi drama, and it's incredible. It would be lower down on the list, but again, I just love so many other freaking shows. It's so hard to pick where things should be on this list. Stranger Things, amazing. Please watch. You will not regret it at all. Number 8 is Orange is the New Black. I have a love-hate relationship with Orange is the New Black, and that's why it's on 8 in my list. It's a little bit higher than my top 5, but it's still my top 10. I love it. I love Orange is the New Black. I love the characters in Orange is the New Black, but Orange is the New Black pisses me off because I watched, when it came out immediately, I watched season 1, and then when season 2 came out, I watched it, and I had to stop watching because Healy was just pissing me off so much. I couldn't stand him. So I stopped watching, and then season 4 came out. I didn't watch season 3. And then season 4 came out, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a second chance. The main character is Piper Chapman, and she gets busted for drugs. Her girlfriend ratted her out to the court to get a shorter prison time, and so they are both stuck in prison. It's more than just them. There are so many other characters, so many other stories, and you get to see a different side of the prisoners. You get to see more than just people that are in prison, bad people. There are people that maybe just got in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they're still good people, and they're still people with emotions and dreams and aspirations. And it's basically just a bunch of plot lines coming together, intermingling, and you get to see all of these plot lines going down, so you know the background of all of these characters, maybe not all at once, but you get to see it all happen and unfold. So number 7 on my list is Jessica Jones. I love Jessica Jones. I had been waiting for this kind of a thing for such a long time. Even though it wasn't on the big screen, I'm glad it wasn't, because then you would have only gotten like 2 hours, and you got way more than that, and you got a backstory, and it was just great. Jessica Jones is basically a Marvel TV show, and it takes place in New York. As a PI, the main character, Jessica Jones, uses her powers to help people, and there's this guy from her past who is incredibly sadistic and evil, who also has powers, and she has to save Hell's Kitchen, which is part of New York. She has to save Hell's Kitchen from his wrath, basically, before he can hurt some other people. And she uses her private investigator status to find out things that she wouldn't have found out otherwise, and she is basically just a badass, and I love Jessica Jones so much. Number 6 on my list is Sherlock. I recently started watching Sherlock, maybe like 3 months ago I started watching Sherlock, and I had held off for such a long time because so many people had hyped it up. And I was like, you know what? There's no way it's that good. It's that good. I love mysteries, murder mysteries. Like, solving for, like, crimes is amazing. I love those shows. I don't know why I didn't think I would like Sherlock, because I love it. Sherlock is my favorite person ever. He's cold, and he's calculating, and he knows so much, and he can solve crimes so quickly. And basically him and John are just solving these crimes and trying to figure out how, at the same time, how to stop Moriarty, which is Sherlock's archenemy. And basically, Sherlock is so cold and calculating that he needs the warm, loving John, who can get a little bit in his head and overprotective of people, because Sherlock doesn't really have that. He says that he's a highly functioning sociopath. He doesn't really have any understanding for people's lives and the consequences at stake, and John does. And so John and Sherlock fit together so well because they are strong where the other is weak. And I think that that's a great relationship, and I think that that's a great show, and Sherlock is amazing, and I can't wait for the newest season. It's coming out, and you guys, oh, the trailer. Oh, number 5 is BoJack Horseman. This is kind of like a comedy, but at the same time it's really dark, and I love that, like how it can have both, but like how it can be so dark and depressing but still be incredibly hilarious. This old sitcom actor was on this show called Horsin' Around. His name is BoJack Horseman, and his life has basically gone just downhill from Horsin' Around ever since it stopped. And he is writing a memoir, and he needs someone to ghostwrite it for him. And basically they get to see how truly effed up his life is, and he has to learn, and he has to become this more mature person because he has become something that is incredibly disgusting. But at the same time, like, you love him but you hate him, but then like you love him. Like in season 3 I had been waiting for such a long time, and BoJack kind of like redeems himself in season 3, and you can see that he's working to change himself in season 3. And it's It's a really good TV show. I'm really attached to Bojack the character. He's great and he's funny and he's sarcastic. His humor is my humor. Number 4 on my list, it would have been way higher up, but there are some other like shows that have so much sentiment to me and I love them so much. Number 4 on my list is The Office. I love The Office. The Office is basically a mockumentary about life working at this paper company. It follows around a few main people. The boss, Michael Scott, who is unknowingly really like sexist and he's just so problematic. Like there's so much that's wrong with Michael, but he's so funny. I love him. And then it follows around my favorite character, Jim, and Pam, and Dwight, and it's just like their life at this boring day-to-day paper company that might go under, it might not go under, and it's just them trying to save the company but at the same time just like hating their job and just doing the work because they have to. It's incredibly funny, it's so smart, and the humor is so like dry and I love it. It's my kind of humor. The Office. Top notch, top drawer, top drawer. Now we're in the like top 3, guys. Like this is it. This is my like ultimate, my pinnacle, like my Olympics team. The light of my life. Number 3 is Supernatural. I love Supernatural. It is amazing. Same kind of thing happened with me with Supernatural as did with Sherlock. So many people told me that it was good and I was like, you know what? I bet you it's terrible. I bet you that it's so bad. And then I watched it and I was hooked. It's about these 2 brothers. After the youngest brother, Sam, moves out and moves on to college, his brother Dean comes back to him and he says, Dad's on a hunting trip. He's been missing. And so they go on this quest to find their dad, and in doing that they find out so much more about themselves and about a prophecy, and basically they kind of just like have to end up saving the world so many times. I would highly recommend this TV show. I know it's a little bit like corny at times, you like most definitely is, but it's so good. It's in the best way. It's corny. I don't know why I didn't want to watch these shows. I feel like I'm just so stubborn that I don't do what people want me to do. I'm like, no, I will never, never. And then I do it and I'm like, oh, you idiot. Number 2 on my list is That 70s Show. I recently watched this show and finished it. I think maybe like 4 months ago I finished it. Like it took me 2 weeks, and I absolutely loved That 70s Show and I still love it, and it's such a great TV show. It's about teenagers in the 70s and it's them like, it's a comedy, it's them just going through their daily lives. It's so funny and I love that it's set in the 70s. I love shows that like have that kind of an era. I think that's why I like American Horror Story so much. It's because it goes from the present to the past and it just shows like this era that you never really got to be a part of. And that's why I love That 70s Show so much, because it's so 70s and it's so great, and I think that it was like a great way to show me like the daily lives of people who lived in the 70s. Even though it's a comedy and it's a little bit like of like, oh, that probably doesn't happen to everyone, but you know, for comedy. I have such an emotional connection to all of the characters in this TV show. It's one of my favorites. I will say, however, the last season of the TV show, not that great. Reasons that people who have watched the TV show will probably know. Yeah, I would say it's number 2 on my list, and it's still an amazing TV show. Alright, so my number 1, my favorite TV show of all time, I would have to say, it has highly impacted my life, and I reference it all the time. I love all the characters. I love the plotline. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Is How I Met Your Mother. It is so great. It is It is gold. It is basically the main character, Ted Mosby, is telling his two children how he met their mother. It's the story of his life before he met their mother, basically, leading up to how he met their mother. And it's just everything, it's his friends, it's him, and it's just this comedy of him just kind of trying to find the mother. Like, he doesn't know who she is, but he's searching for somebody to be his partner for the rest of his life. That's basically his goal throughout the entire TV show, is to find somebody that he can love for the rest of his life. And he's just telling his children his misadventures on the way, of his quirky times with like their Uncle Barney, who's kind of like a playboy, and their Aunt Lily and Uncle Marshall, who have been together forever, and then their Aunt Robin, who is from Canada, and she is in TV, and she doesn't really want a relationship, but she's kind of like grows, and they all grow throughout the course of the TV show, and it's great seeing the characters get more mature and their relationship kind of find its way, and it's a great TV show. It's my favorite TV show. I love it. I would give it like 10 stars out of 5 stars. It's so good. Yeah, you guys, it has a really special place in my heart. I love How I Met Your Mother. Again, the finale really killed me. It really made me sad. Not too happy with it. Kind of like pretend that it doesn't exist, because I just can't. I can't with that finale. But the rest of the TV show is amazing, and it makes me so happy watching it. That's one of the TV shows that I watch over and over and over and over again. That was my list. That was my top 15. And I hope you guys enjoy and have a nice time wherever you are. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Let me know what your favorite TV shows are down in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye! Oh no, where's the button? Are you the button? Did I press it?